Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop. Got another crowdfunding preview for you, this time a tactical spaceship combat game, Snapships Tactics. And as always, no disclaimers for our crowdfunding coverage. We're not receiving anything for this, we just want to help you make an informed decision. And everything you see here is in prototype form, could change quite a bit by the time the game actually is out. But I'm going to show you a 1 versus 1 solo combat. This game has a nice little automa to activate the enemies with. And then I'll give you my overall thoughts on the game, and you can use the timestamps to skip to any of that. And if you like the content of the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month. We've got tons of them up there, including top 10 lists. You can also check out our streaming channel for even more content. Listen to our podcast. We have episodes every week. Or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So a bit of a warning right off the bat, this is a tough one to film. These are giant ships moving through lots of space. Here, we'll try to do like a little panning shot here. So there's the ship I'll be controlling, or no, actually my enemy there on the left. And then, here we go. There's me on the right coming to get them. So Snapships Tactics allows you to fight with 1v1 space battles, or you can go higher than that. And with the solo and the automa system, you could have like cooperative play, like each of you controlling 2 ships going against 2 enemies. But it's very similar to other space combat games like X-Wing or one of my old favorites, Silent Death, in that you take turns moving your ships. You have like weapon systems you can fire. They've got this fun little turning and movement tool and this little range ruler, very much a tactical combat game. And if I can destroy him before he destroys me, then I win. It is destroy or be destroyed here. But the primary action of the game is controlled by these component cards here. And this is a constructible game. You can take your ship, to grab this one, and build them however you want. You can like add on different components if you buy different sets. Because Snapships is already a toy line. I've actually bought some of these for my kids in the past. And, you can take like the guns from Snapship Toys and add them on. You can like change out the engines. So it really gives you like a lot of flexibility in both a toy way and a mechanical way to have the ships fight the way you want. But on your turn, you're going to do some stuff at the end, including some forced movement. You'll see icons here. I'll go over them as we kind of play the game, both moving and turning and all that kind of stuff. And then you have these power cubes for the ship I'm flying. I have 7, and you have to pay the cost for components to activate them. Some have 2 different options for how you activate it. Many only have 1. And if you put the indicated number of cubes from your supply on it, then you can do the action. So like for 2 blue cubes here, I can fire the Mantis laser. Then there are also these red heat cubes for some things, like firing my Gatling gun needs one of those. These come from the supply instead of your set of blue cubes, so in a way they're kind of free to put on your parts, but they also make you more vulnerable and you still have to remove them, because at the start of every turn you're only going to remove 5 cubes. You can use as many as you want out of your supply, but you only take away 5 of them, and as long as a part has at least 1 cube on it, you can't use it for that turn. So you can kind of like go ham and overheat yourself if you want to, but then you're going to spend a few turns kind of clearing things back off to use them. Now our ship also has these little dials here. The top value is your hull strength or your health or whatever you want to call it. I start with 12. If that goes down to 0, I lose. And this green value is my evade value. For my ship, it's going to reset to 3 every round, but you can increase it through using some of your components. And this is a ongoing kind of penalty to attacks against me. That's going to help me defend myself by dodging around. So I want that as high as possible when the enemy shoots at me. Speaking of the enemy, the automa is really straightforward. They have their own little dial of health and evasion. They've got a set of cards, just 4 of them right now for their ship. They've got an ongoing chassis ability just like I do. And each of the cards will give like some basic stuff for what they do at the start of their turn, and then a number of actions they resolve, looks like usually 3, and they'll check these from top to bottom. That's the priority order, trying to resolve each of them if they apply with some pretty simple icons, like is the person within your front arc, within 2 or 3 range bars? If they are, shoot some missiles at them. So it's a pretty quick to learn, and the nice thing is they have these for 1 of each ship that I've seen so far, so you can really have some epic battles, and it plays really smoothly, I think, as you'll see. So right now, I'm going against the Saber Fighter. He moves faster than I do. He has missiles, so better at long-range combat, but I turn better than he does. I have bonuses to colliding with people, so if I can like ram him, I get a bonus with my like little blades here, and I have more close-range weapons, so it's a nice little kind of opposite matchup here. But those are the basics. I'm going to take the first turn and show you how things work, and we'll see how the game plays. So here is my friendly Interceptor, and just to note that in the set that the Interceptor comes with, and I think in the core game for the crowdfunding campaign, you have 2 other builds you could create. They have different passive abilities. They have different starting components, although you can put any components you want in their 6 slots down here, so you can kind of build whatever ship you want to. But I'm just using the basic Interceptor with the basic components. And I could start anywhere on my chosen side. It's supposed to be a 3-foot by 3-foot square, but for now I'm just going to start right in the middle. And at the start of my turn, first I reset my evasion to 3, so if I increased it through abilities to make my defenses better, it goes back down to 3. Right now it's already at 3. I clear off 5 cubes. I can skip that because there aren't any cubes to clear off yet. And then finally, this is your force movement. So this is a very common thing you'll see. The 1 or more number with the little arrow shows turning. Each of the numbers is up to 45 degrees. So here I can do a 45-degree turn in either direction, or less than 45 degrees if I want. You'll see how the turning tool measures that in a second. And then the S means a short movement. Movement is either short or long. I'll show you how that works too. So for now, I technically don't know which way the enemy ship is going to spawn in, so I think I'll just head straight forward. So first, for the turning tool, you've got this little turning thing here. Just kind of show you, I mean, this is all prototype, but it works pretty well. You've got like a little dash there. And the base of my ship has dashes too. The front is where the arrows are. The rear is where the little explosion is to show that it's bad to get shot there. And then you've got a lot of hash marks to show this is a 45-degree like kind of shooting angle, 90-degree shooting angle, 45-degree turns, 90-degree turns. They kind of have all the values you might need. So I could from here turn up to 45 degrees in either direction. I'm not going to. Instead, I'll just resolve my short move, which is the little S here. The long move is over there, and it takes you further. So you just put the tool down, you pick up your ship, you align the back of your base with it. Boom, I've done a short move. So you always move like the full length of your base, plus the little distance of the S or the L here. So that was my force movement at the start of my turn. And I'm near some terrain. Both of these, if you shoot through them, will make attacks less likely to hit you. If you move onto the like debris here, you get some free extra evasion to make yourself harder to hurt. If you move onto the ice clouds, then you get to take away a cube, so you can like use your parts more quickly. It kind of cools you down. But again, they both help you not to get shot. They both help missiles to miss you. But we're not there yet, so what do we want to do? Let's talk about my cards. So the Gatling gun has only 1 range, and it can only shoot in the 45-degree arc directly in front of me. That's what these little icons mean. It shoots 6 dice, hitting on a 2 or more, modified by the enemy's evasion. You'll see that. And each hit on the 6 dice deals 1 damage, and they're good at shooting down missiles. Has to heat myself up. Now that's not going to apply until I get closer. The Mantis laser shoots up to 2 range. Each hit does 2 damage, but not as many dice. Doesn't overheat me to use it. So medium range and close range. My cockpit I can use by taking 2 heat on it, so it doesn't actually need any of my blue energy. And then I can give myself, for another ship at range 1, plus 2 evasion. I'm clearly going to give it to myself. So that's a great one to use like on the turn before I think he's about to attack me. Maneuvering fins gives me some nice turning capability when he tries to get away from me. Blade wings move me a short distance in a diagonal direction without changing my facing, and they also give me a bonus if I crash into him. And then finally, my thrusters, I can move really far forward and gain 1 evasion, or I can turn and move for a lot more power to really try to chase them down. And I think for now I'm going to do the thrusters, so I'm going to move an L straight forward. If it doesn't say you can turn, then you can't turn, and I'll gain 1 evasion. Which takes me to 4, and again, that will make it harder for them to shoot me. And let's see, that might actually take me right into the debris cloud, right? Probably, yes. So anytime you overlap the terrain, you immediately resolve its effect, which for the debris means I go up to 5 evade. I mean, I don't think he's going to attack me this turn, so it might not matter. Do I want to do anything else? I could turn, I could like move some more, but for now, the terrain is between me and where he'll probably spawn in, so let's just leave it the way it is. All right, so now we go to the AI's turn. To briefly show you, they have 15 life. They only have 2 evasion. Generally, you'll see that in a second. They're a little bit sturdier, but not as dodgy. And their ability says, while you have no disabled tokens, which is something I can get from shooting them, attackers cannot choose to deal overheat damage on critical hits. We'll see what that means if it actually comes up. But at the start of their turn, you flip a card. This shows what you set their evasion to, which is 2. This shows how many red cubes they remove. They don't have to deal with the blue power cubes. They only have the heat cubes. And then this is like their basic movement. It's going to say, are they at range 1 or 2? This is like they being me. Like, is the AI within 2 range of me? If they are, they're going to do this. Otherwise, they're going to do that. The blue arrows mean they'll turn away from me. The red arrows mean they'll turn toward me. The L is the same movement you saw. And then they'll work towards their attack. So first, let's see where they spawn in. So we're going to roll a die. On a 1 through 3, they'll be like in that corner. On a 4, 5, 6 here in the middle. And on the other 3 results with a D10 will be down here. I think the 0 result they re-roll. The blank result, I should say. Okay, so an 8, they'll be closer to us. Oh, Lord, trying to get all this stuff in frame. So here we go. He's down in the corner, facing toward us. They always come in facing directly towards their nearest enemy. And now the card asks, are we within range 2 or not? You've got these range rulers for attack, and yeah, I'm not close to 2. This to the first hash mark is 1 range. There's 2, and then 1 ruler further on is 3 and then 4. So long story short, they're using the L, so they're going to turn toward me. They're already facing toward me. They don't have to worry about that. And then they're going to move L. Just going to take them right onto some debris and get them a free evasion. Taking them up to 3. And hey, here we go. Now we can actually see each other. So now they're going to check what they can do. They're going to try to activate 2 parts this turn. So first, this conditional says, is the person, the crosshair means, in the line of sight and range of this weapon, their autocannons, or are there missiles attacking me? Now, I don't have any missiles, so they're never going to worry about that. But missiles, you shoot them on your turn, but they don't actually hit the enemy until the end of their turn. So they have time to like kind of react or use terrain to help them out. So I am within their forward arc. Am I within 2 range now? Seems doubtful. You go from the front, and if it touches any of your base, nope, I'm out of range. So they skip this action, but they'll always reevaluate from top to bottom. So like if they did something else later on that moved them forward, they would skip back to the top and possibly fire off the autocannon anyway. And they can only do each action row once, so they can't like activate the autocannon multiple times. All right, next they say, I'm within range 2 to 3, and in their entire forward 180 arc, that's the range of these missiles. And if so, they're going to take 3 heat to shoot some missiles at me. Heat makes them more vulnerable, but I'll have some missiles coming at my face. So I've got to imagine that I'm, easily within 3 range. Again, the halfway point here is the 3rd range added onto the first ruler. So they take 3 heat. They don't put it on individual part cards. It just kind of goes near their chassis card. But I'm getting 4 light missiles in a stack coming at me. I'll explain what those mean on my turn. Just know that I'm potentially in a little bit of trouble here. Okay, and then they consider the autocannon again. They still can't do that. So for their second action, actually, they don't want to do this one either. This means, am I in their rear 180? See, like the black is what you're looking at. The arrow is where they're pointing. So this one was like, am I in their front 180-degree arc? This is their rear. So if none of those apply, their last one does increase their evasion by 1 more. So they didn't move much, but they are tough to hit. And that is it. We come back to my turn, and we'll have some fun with missiles and trying to kill this guy. So now I can walk you through how a full turn start works. So first, our evasion goes back to its basic value. For me, that's 3. So I lose the 2 bonus I had from the terrain and other stuff last turn. Then I can remove up to 5 cubes. All I have are my 2 power cubes here, but I could have removed more, so now my thrusters are usable again. And then once again, I get my free 1 turn and my free S movement that I have to do. Sometimes you don't want to move, but you have to anyway. And hey, you know what's the best strategy in a time like this? How about just turning... And let's go like right there. And moving forward right towards them. Again, my ship is a crashy, smashy machine gun ship. So subtlety, not my strong point. Let's check real quick. Okay, I am within range 2 of them for my Mantis laser. Not within range 1 yet for my Gatling gun. But I also have to worry about these missiles. So missiles, if you don't shoot them down or do something else to take care of them, the enemy rolls a die for each of them, and they need a 0 to hit, and then your evasion is added to that. So to hit me right now, they would need a 3+ on a D10 die for each missile. That'd be 4 dice being rolled, and each one that rolled that 3+ would do 2 damage. So this could do 8 damage out of my 12 in one go. That's not great. But if you use a weapon to try to shoot them down, you roll as many dice as you have missiles. Doesn't matter what the weapon usually rolls. You just roll dice equal to the missiles. And for each die that is equal to this little missile evasion value here, 4 in this case, you shoot one of them down. But my Gatling gun has anti-missile 1. That means that it would hit them on a 3+. And that's also the one that's out of range. So let's do some Gatling gun action. So I do need 2 blues and a red, a heat. That's not so great. And again, even though the Gatling gun rolls 6 dice, I'm only rolling 4 because the number of dice I roll is equal to the number of missiles targeting me. And, ooh, that was amazing. That was amazing. Remember, because of the anti-missile, I needed 3+ instead of 4. So I blasted all 4 of those missiles instead of, if I hadn't had that anti-missile, I would have only gotten 2 of them. So, boom, your missile attack did nothing. And now what do I want to do? How about a little Manus laser? So they are within my front arc. They are within range 2. I did 2 blue dice, or sorry, 2 blue cubes. I'm rolling 2 dice, hitting on a 2+, but 2+ plus their current evasion, which is very high, 4. So a 6+, each hit's going to do 2 damage. Let's come on, 6+. Nope, total miss. But that's okay. The missiles didn't get me. Now, question, do I want to use my cockpit to increase my evasion from 3 to 5? It's going to mean that I have more than 5 cubes on my stuff overall, which means it'll be tougher to kind of clear stuff off next round. But yes, I like the idea of not dying if they decide to auto-cannon me. So sure, here we go. We're going to increase our evasion to 5 at the cost of 2 more heat there. And I'll stop my turn there. I actually don't want to move closer. I want to let them come to me a little bit, and then I'll try to crash into them. All right, so what are they going to do next? I'll draw another card. By the way, once you have resolved the 3rd card out of 4, you shuffle them all back up. So you never know for sure what they're going to do. Okay, so they're going to go back to 2 evasion, and they're going to clear up to 4 heat, which means all of the heat from their missiles last turn is gone. And then they're going to turn towards me. They're already facing towards me and just charge right at me. Let's go, bro. Yeah, if you want to go mano a mano, I think I'm already... Yeah, I mean, I'll like turn them a little bit. And then they're just going right through. You only get the bonus from terrain when you land on it and you weren't already in it. So they don't get anything extra for like flying through it or off of it here. But man, we are face to face. Okay, and they're doing up to 3 of these actions. The first one says, am I behind them? They would do a little, like, loop-de-loop. Nope. Do they have missiles targeting them, or am I in range of their autocannon? I mean, yes, obviously I am. So they're going to attack with 4 dice, hitting on a 2+, doing 1 damage for each hit. Although, wahaha, not on a 2+, on a 7+, thanks to my 5 evasion and my cockpit last turn. So here we go, 7+. Ooh, they did get 1 hit, just 1 damage. They missed otherwise. And by the way, the dice have a little fire here. That's a critical hit. It still does the same amount of damage, but they also like turn over one of your components, one of your parts, so that you can't use it until you repair it. And then there's also a blank. These are just stickers they put on there for now. In the blank's case, it's an automatic miss no matter what you needed to hit. So I'm down to 11. I'm feeling pretty good about their missing so far. What else are they doing? They can still do 2 more actions. They still don't care about that one. Okay, they're increased their evasion by 1. And then, are they going to shoot missiles at me again? Oh, haha, they are not, because I'm within 1 range, and the missiles are minimum 2 to 3 range. Okay, and then they want to turn toward me, but they skip actions that... oh, actually, that one doesn't apply. So they have no actions left. If they have extra actions left after they try to do everything, they'll either remove red cubes, but they don't have any right now, and or they'll remove like these damage tokens I put on them by getting critical hits on them. They don't have any of those, so they'll just waste the 3rd action. I don't mind that. Because, oh yeah, I feel like some lasers and Gatling guns and collisions are happening right now. All right, so first my evasion goes back down to 3. And I get clear away 5. I think I care more about getting my weapons back. Reds just go back to the supply when you clear them off than getting my cockpit back to you. So I cannot use my cockpit this turn. It still has cubes on it. Okay, and then I can turn up to 1 and then move S. I have a feeling, would I hit him if I move S right now? Looks like I wouldn't quite, which is maybe what I want. I kind of feel like I move S up, and then I like unload all my weapons and then crash into him. And now you do get a bonus if you're shooting from their rear, and especially if you're like directly behind them, you get a big bonus. But, okay, so let's see. Yes, okay, I was correct. We didn't crash yet. It is when base to base hits each other. And by the way, they give you, you have extra cubes, so this ship is actually higher than that ship. That's how they're kind of overlapping each other here. All right, let's do this. Yeah, we're going to Gatling gun them. So I'm going to roll 6 dice, 1 hit for each. The anti-missile doesn't apply here, but we are within 1 range for the attack. And they have 3 evasion. We have 2 to hit, so we need 5s. All right, 1, 2, 3 hits. Okay. No crits, sadly. When you do crits against the AI, again, for you, your stuff actually gets flipped over, and you have to like put cubes on it to fix it. All the cubes that are on it get taken away. And when something gets critted with red cubes on it, not only does it get flipped, but you take damage for each red cube removed. So that's why heat is kind of dangerous. It sets you up for bonus damage. For the AI, you can choose to take away all their heat and deal extra damage to them. That's one option. Or you can give them tokens that will let you cancel one of their AI lines before they try to use it, sort of simulating one of their parts being broken. But okay, that was my Gatling gun, Mantis Laser. So once again, I need 5s to hit, and I'm doing 2 damage. I missed again with both. Darn it, laser. Okay, I could stop there, but I don't want to. I want to smash them. I'm going to do FB3 Tri-Thruster to move forward and gain 1 evasion. Let's do that now so I don't forget. And I do have to actually check. Am I going to hit them? Okay. Because to get a collision, you have to overlap after the movement. If you manage to fully move past somebody, then the collision never happens. But yes, I'll clearly hit them here. So how a collision works is I get to put my ship anywhere around them. Now they have a part that lets them quickly change where they are. So maybe I'll kind of be like, come on, fit in there sideways. Yeah, that's sort of it. But you have to maintain your facing. So that's where we'll say I end up after the collision. And by the way, you can't shoot anybody right next to you. That's called range 0. So my hope is to turn quickly next turn and maybe get behind them after they fly past, although they might do the same to me. We'll see. And then for a collision, we each roll our size in dice. We're both size 4 ships, so we'll roll 4 dice. And for each 5 or more that you roll, you deal 1 damage. But my ship has both my passive ability, I can reroll 1 die during a collision, and my Blade Wings part's passive. During a collision, one of your blanks counts as a critical hit, so a nothing becomes the best hit possible. So here's my roll, and let's see. Ooh, okay, so we did get 1 critical, and then I can reroll 1 die. Let's reroll this one. Yes, that's another hit. So that's 2 damage, and I get to put either deal heat damage to them, although I can't do that, or put a disabled token on them. So here we go, 2 damage and disabled, and that means that when they're about to activate a part against me in their little AI scheme there, I can say, no you don't, and remove this to cancel it. So I can be like, ooh, you wanted to shoot missiles at me? Haha, I broke that, is basically the idea, and it goes away. Now, unfortunately, they also are crashing into me, you piece of crap! That is 4 damage and a crit. Wow. Maybe colliding was not the best idea. So 4 damage first before we get to the critical hit. I'm down to 7. And then for the AI, they choose one thing to disable, and they always prefer first the ones with the most heat because that'll deal extra damage. So they have damaged my cockpit. I would have to, in a future turn, put 2 blue on it to fix it. And because 2 heat was removed, I'm down to 5 life, and they're at 10 life. What is going on? Okay, yeesh. Well, I guess I'll stop there for right now and see what happens on their turn. Thank God I got this. All right, so they are going to flip, and they will reshuffle afterwards because this is their 3rd card. So they go back to 2 evasion. They get rid of 1 heat. They don't have any. And I don't know if I pointed it out clearly enough before, but some part activations have heat here. All right, so if I'm at range of 2 or more or less, within 1 to 2, I should say, they're going to turn away from me and then move L away. So they want to kind of fly away and then blow me up. All right, so they're going to turn 45 degrees away from me. Should be right there. And then take the L, knocked it a little bit. There we go. Okay, next they want to activate missiles, but I'm not within their 180-degree arc. They want to shoot an autocannon. I'm definitely not within a 45-degree arc. I'm behind them, so they're going to use their first of 3 activations to turn twice towards me with this. But you know what? I think maybe no, they're not. Here's the thing. So I could use my disable token to stop them from doing that. Then they might never turn enough to get me into attack range because they're not going to activate this one to turn. Yeah, so we're going to say, boom, this is broken. I broke your maneuvering thrusters or whatever it is. So they can't do that action this round. So now they're going to increase their evasion by 1 to 3. And then I'm not 3 or more away. So I think they're just going to waste their other 2 actions because they just will not apply. Mwahaha, that's what you get, my friend. That is what you get. Let's see. I want to turn a lot. My maneuvering fins should be maybe enough for me to get behind him. So yeah, let's not take cubes off my thrusters yet and just get my weapons back up. Okay, then I get my automatic turn and S move. And yeah, I think y'all know which way I'm trying to turn here. Oops. Okay, so we'll go right about there. Then I have to move S, which should take me in here for more evasion, I guess, but I'll do it. All right, and then no question, even though I won't be able to shoot as much, I'm going to use my maneuvering fins to turn twice. That's up to 90 degrees. Will that be enough? I think it might be. So I'm here, and that's 45, and that's 90. Ooh, that looks pretty good to me. So So here's how bonuses work. If you are entirely within their rear 180, starting from there, which clearly I am, then you get a +1 to your to hit rolls, or you can kind of think of it as their evasion being 1 less. And if you're fully within their 45-degree rear, which again I am, you get +2 to your hits, and as long as you deal at least 1 damage, you get 1 bonus damage to your attack overall. At least that's how the rules work now. They could rebalance this, who knows. Now, has the range. Do I get... Okay, yes. Okay, I am within 1 range for my autocannons. Woo! Yes, they're more expensive. Yes, they're going to overheat me a little bit, but this could be decisively nasty right now. Because I'm rolling 6 dice. I need 2s to hit. +3 for their evasion is 5, but because I'm in their rear, I only need 3s, -2. So 3s to hit, 1 damage for each hit, and if I hit at least once, I get +1 damage. 3s to hit. Here we go. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 damage and a crit, +1 damage, so 5 damage and a crit. All right, so they are down to the same 5 life I am. Take that. And they still don't have any heat. I can deal extra damage to them, which means I can cancel one of their actions again. I love it. But now that's going to be about it, because I only have 1 cube left, so I certainly can't, fire my laser. I can't fix my cockpit. We'll just stop there. But still, that was pretty awesome. Let's see if they have a chance to turn things around. All right, they're going to go back to 2 evasion. They don't have any heat to clear, and then they're going to turn towards me and move L. Let's see, they're kind of facing directly away from me. I guess turning to their left would be more towards me. So there they go, and then they will fly away, which is probably better for them in all honesty, because they don't want to be close to me. Okay, now they've got 3 actions. So this one would have them move L first, and then they turn 180 degrees to round, which would get them definitely ready to shoot missiles at me and stuff. I think I'm going to cancel that one, even though it would heat them up. So I'm going to use my my little disabled token to stop them from doing their flip around. I'll say I damage their thrusters. So they skip the autocannon. They gain 1 evade for their first of 3 actions. So they're at 3. Then they can't shoot missiles yet. Now they're going to turn towards me twice. They'll probably be able to shoot missiles or their autocannon after that. All right, so this is their second action. And that's 1 and 2. And then for their third action, am I within range 2 for the autocannon? Here, it's tough to get a good angle on it, but their 45-degree arc of fire doesn't quite hit me, even though I am within range 2. But that means they can definitely get me with their missiles. So they'll go and fire 4 missiles at me, taking 3 heat for themselves. Yeah, more of these. But here's the interesting thing. I think if I fly up and blow them up, that even if the missiles kill me immediately afterwards, I think I still win? Maybe? I don't really know. All right, well, let's get into this. I'm going back down. I don't think I need my maneuvering fins. I don't need to really turn right now. So let's get my thrusters back and my Gatling gun. I might just use my Gatling gun to shoot down the missiles again and make sure I survive. First of all, let's hunt this guy down a bit. Do I want to turn and maybe kind of sort of try to come, or do I just go right for his face? I think I go right for his face. He's very close to death. So am I. But it's my turn. Okay, so I'm still in the terrain, and that is important because if you're on this type of terrain, either one of the ones in the scenario I'm playing right now, there are other types of terrain, by the way. If you're on them, you get +2 defense against missiles hitting you automatically. So that would give me maybe a better chance of surviving. All right, how's our range looking? Not quite within range 1. So I could do the same thing I did the other turn, shoot my Gatling gun at the missiles, and then try to laser him to death. I think I like that idea. I think I like that. All right, so we'll go ahead and Gatling gun the miss. Well, you know what? Let's laser him first. And if after the laser they're almost dead, maybe we shoot the Gatling gun at them by charging. I don't know if I have a way to move closer though. So never mind. Whatever. We'll shoot the lasers. All right, they've got 3 evasions, so we need a 5 to hit. Ooh! Ooh! Ha! The laser does 2 damage for each, so they are down to 1 life. Oh, I wish I could get into range to shoot my Gatling gun. Is there any way? No, because I would need 2 for the Gatling gun and then 1 more, and I have nothing that moves me forward for 1. Darn it. All right, well, I just got to survive then. I just got to survive and hit him next turn. So let's try to shoot down these missiles. 4 missiles, so 4 dice again. I need 3+ with the Gatling gun's anti-missile. Oof. So I missed 2 missiles. That's not enough to kill me, though. It's not enough to kill me. There are 2 missiles left. And now my turn is over. I can't use my cockpit or anything, so my evasion is 3. Because I'm in the terrain, I get +2, so it counts as a 5. So they need 5s or more to hit me. Come on, you dumb missiles. Miss. 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 Oh, darn. Okay, 1 hit me, 1 missed. And each light missile does 2 damage. So they're at 1 life. I'm at 3 life, but it's their turn, and I don't have great evasion. I don't like this. I wish I'd gotten a critical hit, then I could have blown up their heat. All right. Oh, no, I couldn't have. That's right. With their power, I would have had to give them a disabled token first. All right, what are you doing? What are you doing? So they're going to get rid of 2 of their 3 heat. Go back down to 2 evasion. Now, if I'm within range 2, I think I am. They're going to turn away from me and move L? Ooh, interesting. Yeah, dude, feel free. Get out of here. And oh, they're actually really close to the technical edge of the board. Yeah, I didn't like leave it measured out, but it's right there. It's like 1 range from the terrain. So if they go off the board, they I think take some heat automatically, or no, their evasion drops, and then they get to like turn kind of back in, which can actually be good sometimes. All right, now what are they doing? They can't shoot me with their autocannon. They can't shoot me with their missiles. I am in their rear arc. Oh, they're gonna do like some crazy flip around action on me. Looks like they are. So they're going to move away from the target, into the terrain if able. This means that the L can take them in one of 3 directions. I think it might take them off the board, though. That's fine, and then they'll turn around. So sorry, it's a lot easier if you have a mat. All right, so they would move like that. Then they can turn up to 90 degrees towards me, which they want to do. And then am I in range of their autocannon? Because if so, they might be able to kill me. Oh my gosh, yes, yes. They got an autocannon shot on me, no. Because they've done that one. Oh, and sorry, they don't do the rest of the action. So they never do the little flip around maneuver from their engine thing there. But they do have this. Now, their evade is down to 0 from going off the board. So if they don't kill me, I certainly am going to kill them. All right, so they're rolling 4 dice, and they need, I have 3 life. I have 3 life. They're not going to hit me. I have 3 evasion. They have 2. They're not shooting through the terrain, which would give me 2 more bonus. So they need 3 5s out of 4 dice. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Oh, wait, sorry. That was their old card. I'm looking at this one, and they're still doing the same thing. They're still shooting the autocannon. All right, so not 3 or more 5s. Not 3 or more 5s. Don't kill me. That is not a hit. Or at least they got 1 hit, but that's not enough. I'm down to 2 life, but I'm still alive. And that was it. They did their flip around. They did their autocannon. They are out of actions because they only get to do 2 with this card. And they have 0 evade. I think we're doing laser and Gatling. And we gonna kill you. Yeah, I can turn toward them. That looks about right. And move an S. And then, am I in 1 range? No. So right now it's just the laser that can hit them. But before we go crazy trying to figure out something else, let's go ahead and use it because they have 0 evasion and 1 life. So for my 2 laser dice, I need to hit on a 2+. And what? No. Are you? Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. It's, oh my gosh. What? No. Oh, I can't get close and I can't kill them. Oh my god. Okay. I guess maybe I could, okay, I guess I'll activate my thrusters to gain 1 evasion. Maybe I can crash into them and have a Pyrrhic victory because they'll definitely kill me if I don't kill them right now. All right, here we go. Long rage. That's not enough. Okay. Well, that is where we are. Let's flip their card. Okay, within range 1, so they're going to turn away from me and move L after they go back and lose all their heat. Now, if I remember correctly, like when they have the choice of turning, which they do here, they want to not go off the board. So I think they would like basically go directly with the side of the board, so they're like right past me. All right, and then what do they want to do? They can't autocannon me. They can't use their cockpit to re-roll. They want to move toward me and then turn with 1 heat. Okay, that's their second action. So that was an S move to the side, but maintaining their turning. And then I think this is a slightly faster turn radius. There we go. Maybe they're not going to kill me. I mean, it seems like they're not going to, right? And then we're not far away. They're going to turn 2 towards me, and that'll be it. So yeah, really not too terrible because they didn't actually get a shot off. All right, so wow, I got a reprieve there. I'm going to take away 2, 2, and 1. And that will give me the chance to maneuvering Finn after I move to try to kill him. And you know what? I'm going to try to go off the edge just specifically to get that free turning. Do I make it? Yeah, looks like I'm just barely off the edge, so I lose 2 evasion, but then I get a free up to 90-degree turn. And what does evasion matter when I can shoot him right now? I can shoot him right now. All right, so you know what? Gatling gun. I just need a 4. I need a few 4s. Okay, that's it. Dead! So that was the end of our little Snap Ships battle. A 1v1 battle, but you could build some more ships and get more of a crash and burn and barely limp to safety with 2 life. But let's get into my thoughts on the game and what I feel about the system. All right, so what do I think about Snapship Tactics? Well, first of all, I think the core kind of activation mechanic is pretty fun. I like paying for your different parts and the fact that you can customize your ships with so much stuff, like so many different parts. And this is just from like the core set. I imagine like if you buy expansions with other types of ships, you can put even more stuff on there. That's really cool, and I kind of like how it can change up how your ship activates. Because like the attack striker, besides the passive ability and even the light fighter, again, these are just like the core kind of preset builds that come in the core box. Each of these is fairly different, and that's just with the exact same stuff from the core box, not really changing things up too much. So I like the customization. It kind of reminds me of like Car Wars and those old games where like I would build my things together. You know, I could go for a ship that's like almost all attacking or only has like one main weapon system, but maneuvers amazingly. You can play around and really have fun. I also really like this core AI system. It's so quick to resolve, and it's still pretty intelligent. I mean, the games I've played, I've never completely dominated them, and I've never, like, completely lost in a crazy way. It's been fairly close. Now, some of that is because of the dice luck. Even when they do something dumb, like, they might still be okay. And the game is certainly random with the dice rolling, so that's certainly something to keep in mind. But the AI does surprisingly well, and they work pretty well in 2v2 as well. I haven't tried anything more than that, but yeah, I think this is a slick AI system for solo and cooperative play. I also like the ships themselves. Snap circuits come on and off pretty easily. It's not as flexible as the Legos, but it's a lot easier to put together. Like my 6-year-old built this one with just a tiny bit of help from me in the instructions. So it's very kid-friendly. And like I said, it's super cool to if I had bought another set, to take off the autocannons and put on some lasers instead. And now I have a different part. So kind of the toy factor to go along with using these part cards to modify your ships, I think is really neat. And I'm not sure what the price point will be, but I know that at least right now buying the Snapship toys, which I've done in the past, is very, very affordable. Like they are pretty cheap. So that makes me hopeful that the expansions to kind of get, I don't even know how they're going to do it. Like if they just sell the Snapships, which again are super affordable, and then you just buy an expansion that just has the cards to use it within the game, that would be a great model. So we'll see how the crowdfunding campaign actually shakes out with that. But I'm excited about the idea of using these as both toys and game components. It's pretty nice. Now, what are the caveats and potential concerns? Well, as you probably saw, it's a giant game. You need at least a 3x3 space. Honestly, when I've been playing with my family, I've been playing on the floor. I only filmed on the table for the video. And even within that, you'll notice these things are giant, which is cool for the table presence. But if you're used to playing something like X-Wing or other kind of skirmish games where the scale is kind of more zoomed out, you are really near each other almost all the time. You're able to shoot each other almost all the time. And 2v2 gets pretty crowded. I'm not sure I would want to play 3v3. So this scale and kind of the size of everything might not appeal to everybody. If you don't want to build a ship sort of Lego style, then you might not like the game for that, because that's kind of part of the fun if that doesn't appeal to you at all. I'm not sure why it wouldn't. It's just enjoyable in my mind, but that's another reason you might want to avoid. Like I said already, dice luck plays a pretty important role in the game. I think it can be exciting, but it might not be your jam. And finally, I will say this is a very fast and furious skirmish game. As you saw in the video, plays take very little time at all, which can be a huge benefit in my mind. But, if you're someone who likes really crunchy war games for your tactical experiences, this might be a little bit lighter than you would prefer. But Snapship Tactics, I already liked the toys, so it's kind of a match made in heaven to be able to play a fun game with a good Atoma on top of it. So I'm really excited to see what they do with the crowdfunding campaign. I should have a link to it in the video description. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.